Dozens of brave people took a plunge into the frigid waters of Lake Ontario this past weekend. Our News 4 photojournalist Danny Somerville takes us to the annual Olcott Lions Polar Bear Swim, which has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for Western New Yorkers in need.
Once again, we'd like to welcome everybody to beautiful Olcott Beach, New York for our annual Lions Club Swim for Sight.
We support Lions causes, which are helping the visually impaired, and then we also help a lot of other local organizations in a charitable way that are not-for-profits and need to raise money to serve our neighbors.
How is it? How do you feel? Nice? Not too bad?
I think what's most fun about this event is watching people have fun. I mean, these people, they come down and we got food going on, they tailgate parties, people walking the streets.
I was impressed to see the sheriff and command
command, the sheriff and the undersheriff and the chief deputies all swim. It's it's a community event.
Why do you do it?
My buddy actually talked me into doing it, but then I see the money it generates, and it's for a great cause, so I'll do it every year.
Well, this is the time of year, of course, and the big weekend when Western New York families are trying to find a perfect tree.
And tonight's For Your Family Report, our videographer Danny Somerville travels to the Field of Dreams Tree Farm for tips now on cutting down and caring for your Christmas tree.
The Christmas tree season really starts the weekend after Thanksgiving, but it continues through this weekend and then even a little the weekend before Christmas. This right here is Fraser fir. Fraser fir is green on top, white on the bottom, and very aromatic. Fraser fir is probably the Cadillac of Christmas trees. This is blue spruce. Blue spruce is a popular Christmas tree because the branches are stiff and they hold heavy ornaments well. It doesn't hold its needles as good as a fir, but its branches are stiff to hold ornaments up. That's its best quality. This is Scotch pine. Scotch pine's an old traditional Christmas tree and holds its needles real well, has reasonably good color, and but it's not as popular as the firs are today. To care for the Christmas tree, the first thing you should do before you put it in the stand is cut about an inch off the bottom so it's got a fresh cut. Put it in the stand, and we recommend just water in the stand. Don't add anything. We don't think it helps that much.
Particular varieties or?
No, we're usually pine or blue spruce.
Yeah.
Either one I get.
Anything you look for when you pick it out? Any particular things?
We just like one that takes half the truck room up. Nice and bushy, and he's got them.
I guess the wife decides.
Which one, yeah.
Yeah, she's the ultimate judge, I guess.
Right. And I'm the only one that's got to do the cutting and dragging.
That was Danny Somerville's trip to the tree farm today.
He was only a mutt named Sam, but along the shores of the swift Niagara today, everybody answered his cry for help.
Sam, you can do it, boy! Stay up!
First on the scene were two cable installers who found the dog out of their reach.
We tried everything we could, and my partner called, had the police and fire department come down, and we tried and stayed with the dog until they got here.
Boy!
Sam did his darndest to save them all the bother, but eventually it took a Coast Guardsman, a ladder, and a little bit of luck to return Sam to solid footing, all in a day's work.
Oh yeah, all winter this is what we do, so this is what we're ready for.
Sam was fed to a veterinarian, and the Coast Guard went back to work, promising they'd have tried just as hard if it had happened to be you or me.
Oh, Sam, you had us scared there for a while.
Oh,
poor old hound.
Danny Somerville was the photographer on that. He really captured the pathos.
Good story. Tonight at 11.
It's a real community outpouring of people and veterans who participate in this event. It's been a tradition event for probably almost 40 years, probably. We have to have parades like this and show the American public that we can't forget our veterans, what they've done, so that we can have what we have to enjoy this today.
This day is very special to me. A lot of my best friends aren't here with us anymore.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that caused us to be here so we could do this parade now. And it's about time people respect the flag and start standing up for what America stands for instead of about complaining about it all the time.
I really don't know if the kids realize what their grandfathers or their fathers went through to preserve what we have today.
There's a lull now in our nation where there's no wars and what have you. And I don't want the people to forget that we still got to thank the veterans what they've done to create this here stability we have in our nation today.
I decided to dress as a Santa to bring the joy and to encourage people to stay young, to keep dreaming. The water's probably in the 40s. The windshield is pretty cold. It gets much colder, so the sun is actually very enjoyable, but the wetsuit truly helps. Let's get a better one. You need to have the right state of mind. Just need to be warm in the heart and the soul and get excited.
It's just a culture, man. Yeah. Just a bunch of people who love the outdoors, and we want to protect the lakes. You know, there's a lot of pollution and you know, there's a lot of plastic in the lakes. We want to get that cleaned up.
Normally I travel a lot for surfing in Canada, you know, even on the East Coast. And COVID being obviously the border being closed and being forced to stay close to home, I really realized that we have so much around us. And you don't need to be a surfer to obviously embrace that, but we can go hiking, biking. We don't have to go to California to get wave.
The man has probably been more of an inspiration to me than most that I've come across in my life. He has great values. He was always tough. He was always strict. But you gave him your all every time because he demanded it and he also respected it.
Thank you.
I'm flabbergasted. So it's when my daughter parked in the lot over there, we were the only ones here. I says, "What the hell are we doing here?"
I told him that. I said, on your birthday, I'm going to be picking you up. And I said, don't ask me any questions because I'm not going to tell you where we're going.
Happy birthday, Mac!
I was a naval aviator, USS Angio, 7th Fleet, South Pacific, Western Pacific, the task force that was going to invade Iwo Jima and Okinawa.
So he just built up a repertoire. I mean, students and sons of sons all the way down.
Happy birthday!
Come on, there you go, right there, going in the back seat. There's 2,100 kids that we know are part of Urban and G-Bond that we want this year to kind of be special for, because some kids may not be getting anything in light of the way the economy is today. So we want to personally touch each of these kids because it's so important to me, because I was one of them. I'm a little kid that grew up on Medicaid in the project, so sometimes we didn't have a Christmas. So it's not going to happen this year. Our team, our whole team, the G-Health team, about 220 people are out there kind of grabbing to make sure that they touch these 2,100 kids and before the Christmas gets here.
I'm picking up toys to give out toys to some of my members. I'm so happy I can help them. G-Bond helps them every year. Oh, they're so happy, and especially this year, I'm sure it's going to help a lot, and the kids really deserve it.
It's a tough year for people, and I think, you know, we have had a good year, so we just want to make sure we share some of the goodness.
There is a giant void in many industries right now that you folks can fill. I'll know that's got to slide out a little bit, or if it's out, then I know we got to come back a little bit with it.
The labor market is on fire. I mean, you know, you heard it everywhere. People can't find the workers that they need. There are a lot of different reasons. You know, we've lost a lot of people in the pandemic. A lot of women are not able to come back to the workforce because they can't find childcare for their children. You know, there are a lot of different reasons, but we're here to help connect people to a career they love. Not just a job, but a career that's going to advance them throughout their lives, sustain their families.
The school gave us the opportunity to come here today. Absolutely loving it. Here we have an absolutely wonderful excavator set up here. It's been an absolute new eye-opening for me.
On your left-hand side, slowly move your hand forward to get the teeth just a touch into the dirt.
This experience has been really fun. There's a lot of hands-on things that you can do. You can learn about a lot of more careers that you wouldn't think that would be out there.
Job market is wide open for these kids. It is wide open for these kids.
So these students got to experience hands-on learning for the hands-on jobs of the future. Reporting from Genesee County, photojournalist Dan Somerville, News 4.
By late night, Al Chez plays the trumpet for David Letterman, but by day, he plays for one of the best drum and bugle corps in the nation.
News 4 videographer Danny Somerville spent the day with some musicians from Philadelphia who will compete in the Drum and Bugle Corps Championships this weekend at Ralph Wilson Stadium.
Get the pinky out of there. Let's hit the valves. Can we just take the lower sopranos on? Fly out to wherever the Crossmen are on Friday, meet them on the road on Friday to Sunday, Sunday evening, fly back to Dave and TV. I enjoy it. The thing I like about drum corps is that, you know, I grew up doing it from when I was 9 to when I was 21, and just working with the kids and seeing the effort that they're putting out just kind of makes you feel like a kid again, and you can't buy that.
His personality and everything just really makes confidence come out in all of us as players, and I think it's safe to say that Al really makes this soprano line what it is.
Even after the runs, if you're ahead of the run, if you're behind the run, make sure when ba-da-ba-ba-ba gets there, you're right on the downbeat. Yes?
Yes. Here we go.
Oh, it's always fun to be working with Al. He brings a freshness to what we do. You know, coming from the professional world, it's a lot of fun, and we always learn some new things, and we hear some great stories.
Yeah, boy, what a great experience for those
You
kids.
got to be able to play the horn and have rhythm. They do a little dance.
They do. It's all choreographed. It's beautiful.
It'd be fun to watch.
It's great for Al Chez to do that.